Hey, what's up everybody? I'm about to do a short 15-minute Bowflex workout, and anytime I do a Bowflex workout, I try to turn the camera on so you guys can follow along or watch, since you seem to enjoy these Bowflex videos. Now, earlier today, I already did a full gym session where I did a lot of lat pull downs, straight arm pull downs, so a lot of this type of stuff pulling down. Well, today as the day went on, I really kind of had the urge to do just a little bit more exercises, but doing some raises. So some raises kind of this way, maybe even some rear delt fly type of thing, kind of up and out. So I'm gonna do that just probably for 15 minutes. Not gonna get too crazy, just to try to complement that workout that I did earlier today. So if you do enjoy these videos, please hit like on it, maybe even the subscribe. I do these types of videos and other health and fitness videos several times a week. I'm not gonna try to make this pretty. I'm not gonna try to, I didn't even turn my normal light on. I'm just setting up and rolling. One thing though that I want to talk to you about before I get started is, one of the fun things about having a Bowflex is all the stuff you can do, like all the exercises, but I always like trying to figure out other stuff that's maybe not in the book that you can do. And one of the things that they don't talk about really with Bowflex is using a Bowflex without actually using the Bowflex. What that means is, instead of coming to your Bowflex machine and thinking like, what can I grab? What can I do? Think about the structure of the unit as a tool itself. It is incredibly stable. It is incredibly heavy, which gives opportunity to do some things that maybe you wouldn't normally think that you would do with the Bowflex. And I'm going to do one of those today, which is I'm going to start off with some, some rear delt cable flies with resistance bands. So what I've done here on my machine, and you can do this with any machine, is I have wrapped around a set of resistance bands, just some cheap Amazon resistance bands, around the bottom of the machine in a place that's kind of rounded, so it's not sharp. I don't want this thing to break on me, the resistance bands. And so, but the weight of this, what it allows me to do is I can now stand here and pull from a very low resistance point. Up there it's resistance points, right? Like at the back of the bar, but those are kind of up higher. With something like this, I can go real low at the bottom of the machine and now use that as resistance points. So I'm actually gonna start my workout by doing some rear delt, basically cable flies with these resistance bands. We're just gonna do 3 sets, gonna do eight reps each and make it easy. So this is kind of what this looks like. I'm just gonna start. All right, quick short rest. Now I have different resistance band levels, but that one's pretty good for just kind of a short 15-minute. I got some 60-pounders, but I'll leave those be for right now. So it's just one of those things that the structure of it, like I said, everybody's real concerned about, well, let me grab these handles. They're looking at the handles that come pre-built, but I'm always trying to think of like, look, I paid money for this stupid machine. I need to figure out how to get as much out of it as I possibly can. And that means also perhaps looking at ways to use the structure itself as a tool. Another example, which is, I'm not gonna do it right now because I'm having this weird leg problem, but like the base of mine is slightly elevated. So sometimes what I'll do during a leg day is I'll use that elevation simply for standing calf raises. I'll put my toes on the top and I'll just kind of do something like this. That probably doesn't look real cool for a 45-year-old guy to be humping the air like that, but it is what it is. All right, let's do another set. All right, starting to get a little bit of a burn. Now, I don't have to do these raises tonight. I could just take it easy. But for me, sometimes if I do too many pull downs, it affects the muscles in my back, especially whenever I sleep that night. So a lot of times what I'll try to do at the gym, I'll try to get a little bit of both while I'm there. That way I can kind of try to even out which muscles it's hitting. And let me hit this button. That way it'll hopefully give me less of a chance of feeling that pain later that night. All right, let's do the last one here. All right, I'm gonna step back a little bit further this time for just a little bit more resistance. All right, dope. I'm gonna leave this here because I'm actually gonna come back and we're gonna do an ending exercise with this same resistance band, except it's gonna be a little bit of a different exercise. So next, what I'm gonna do is something that I showed you all, and I'll put a flag or a card up here. A couple weeks ago, I did a video of why I think the single rope pull downs or single pull down ropes are so important to have. You can see I've got 2 of them here. One of the exercises I did was laying down, basically taking the rope and pulling it over this way like that. So it looked something like this. So I've got these currently set on the 50s, not a lot of weight. It gets a little bit funky. Oops, let me move that one in just a little bit. So I'm grabbing both of these, put my legs up on the machine. I look like a big baby, a big hairy baby. So head's back, and now I'm just gonna pull straight back. 1, 2. Now I know those don't look graceful, but you know, basically it's the same exercises as me as if I was standing, and all I'm doing is going like this. So imagine if I've got a rope here of some sort, maybe a bar, and I'm just taking it from this point and I'm moving it up just like that. So same type of exercise. Now, you may not have a machine that allows you to lay down like that, but I guarantee you've got some sort of a setup that will allow you to face the back tower of your machine and lean back a little bit and find some way to still do something similar. I know that the Extreme 2 SE's got these still. The Blaze has a similar setup. Some of the other ones don't, but you know, hey, it is what it is. I didn't design the machines. Bowflex. Actually, I'm gonna up the weight just a little bit, and I take that back. I said I had 50s on. Oh, it is a 50. Let me move this up just a little bit. Actually, what I'm gonna do, I got a couple of newer 50 rods on there that have a little bit more resistance. So let's move it from the old 50s. You can see here, they got some bend on them, so they lost a little bit of resistance, to the newer 50s. Now let's party and see what that feels like. I think it's gonna feel what I like to call not good. Let's slide in. Oh yeah, that's way different. 1, oh my gosh, 2. So a valuable lesson there whenever it comes to resistance and resistance rods. So both of those were 50 pounders. The first ones I did are the rods that came with it. You can see here, have been getting a lot of use over time. It still says 50 on it, but so does this one that I just changed it to, and it was a world of difference. So, you know, if you've lost some of the tension in your rods, I highly recommend, especially the 50s, I highly recommend doing the upgrade if yours has that capability. If you can't upgrade and add more weight on, you can still upgrade the 50s that came with it originally. So, worth mentioning. I honestly, because that was so tight, I'm gonna move that back. Ain't no shame in my Bowflex game. That's what I would say if I had a saying. I don't, but I'm thinking about getting one. Let's put that back on there. All right, last set of this, and then we're gonna go to the last exercise. I don't know how long this has been. This might be more of a 10-minute quickie. Slide on down there. I'm gonna put my legs way up this time because I want to, and that's all that matters. 1, 2. All right, so that's all for that. We're gonna do one more exercise. You know, when you're 45 years old and 6'4", getting off that's not the easiest. I think I made it look good, but. So, last exercise, I left the resistance bands down here for a reason. So one of the things I love doing at the gym is single arm raises. So, you know, I'll be at a cable machine typically, I'll be standing there doing something like this, right? Or even with dumbbells, I'll do the same. I really like doing it with cables and ropes preferably. Well, it's hard to do on this machine. See, if you do it on one of these sides, because of the way that these machines are built, you run the risk of, see if I pull this, That's a lot of weight on this side of the machine, which can lead to tipping, right? So I typically try to avoid any exercises that are going to create an uneven or unbalanced situation with the machine, because I have done it and I have had it start to tip on me, and it's not fun. There are ways to do it. You know, if you try to do something similar and try to keep over this general area, you know, and try to keep the weight kind of balanced in the middle. But if you start to kind of get out here, you know, at more of a 45-degree angle, the thing's gonna tip over on you. So the reason I like this last exercise is it allows me to do those one-arm things, just like I was kind of showing you there, but I'm doing them now at the base of the machine using the bottommost part of the structure itself. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab my resistance bands and, oops, get back over there, you dingus. Pull that out there. So now what's gonna happen is, so I'm holding this here, the other side is wrapped around the bottom of my machine, and I'm actually stepping on it. I wish that zoomed out a little bit, but just imagine my other foot is actually stepping on the other handle itself. And so what that's gonna allow me to do is single arm raises, lat raises, just like that. 4,
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Now we're gonna flip her around. Flipper. Gonna do the same thing. Gonna do 10. 1,
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Now what I can tell you is that really wasn't enough weight for me for what I was wanting to do. So I'm gonna switch out the actual resistance band to the 60-pounder. Let's see if that makes me regret it a little bit more. It's hard to get a good workout in without a little bit of regret. That's what my grandpappy says. Let's see here. Let's do this one. Well, yeah, we'll do this one. It's definitely a little bit heavier, so we're gonna put that on there and stretch that mother out. Get that in there. Perfect. Now I'm gonna take the other end, I'm gonna wrap it around the bottom of the machine before I put the handle back on. And now I'm gonna put the handle back on so that it stays put. All right. Now we're in business. All right, so I've done the same thing. I do regret it. Instantly, I regret it. I've upped the resistance weight, so stepping on the other one with my left foot, gonna raise with my right. 1, 2.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
That feels good. That right there feels real good. I'm gonna turn around, step on it now with my right foot. Gonna lift with my left arm. 1, 2. All right, we're only gonna do one more set, 10 more reps, but just wanted to kind of bring you guys along for me. I've actually done 2 workouts today. I did my gym workout. I'm also in the middle of running a 5K every day for 60 days. Today was day 19, so this is like my 3rd-ish workout for the day. If you're interested, there's a link that you can watch my progress of the 5K a day. I'm uploading every day so you can see what daily misery looks like. So last one, I'm gonna put my left leg on it, hold it down, gonna grab it with my right arm. I'm balanced, I'm good. And again, this is one of the perfect ways to do single arm lat raises, because I'm pulling away from the machine right down the middle where its center of balance and center of gravity is at. So 0 risk of tipping. The structure itself is a workout tool. Don't forget it. 1, 2.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
All right, we're gonna turn it around, stand on it with the right. We're gonna lift it with the left. 1.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
And that's it. So thanks y'all so much for hanging out with me for a few minutes. Just doing a little bit of something extra, a little bit of some special sauce on my Friday evening because I have nothing else really going on. Why not get in another workout? So feel free to ask any questions in the comments below. Appreciate you all watching these Bowflex videos and for your input on them. And that's it. Resistance bands, use the structure, come up with some weird stuff. Just don't hurt yourself. That's probably the most important thing. Don't do some weird stuff that's gonna cause you pain. Not my fault if that happens. Thanks y'all so much for watching. If this was helpful, please hit like, maybe even to subscribe. We'll see you on the next one. Peace out.